quite like, so I'm interested, but I think they're heading into dangerous territory. Hope they're not doing what I think. Enjoyed it though.
I might need to completely redo my video. Vince, what the heck? I probably should look up some certain things before I make my video, right? Let's skip the couple minutes. Oh my god, my microphone was muted that entire time. What's going on, everybody? So much for my grand introduction. What's up, everybody? So yeah, Vince, as I was saying, and you didn't hear, I'm gonna have to redo my entire video. Man, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just put it in the comment section. I didn't catch that, Vince. First of all, everybody, there's going to be spoilers in this live stream, unavoidable. But welcome, guys. Good to see ya. Hope you are doing well. It was a fun episode. Maybe one of my least favorite episodes. Oh, you did hear me? Weird. It showed that my microphone was my microphone was muted. Strange. Oh, maybe. Okay. Weird. All right. Anyway, let's rewind a little bit. First of all, guys, thank you so much for the channel support. Vince, Sapity, Chris, and Steven. Good to see you guys. Yeah, so I made my video. It's actually rendering right now, and as I often do, or always do, I never look at kind of the discussion being had about the episode. I literally just watch it, have some notes written down, have some screenshots saved, and then talk. That's basically what I do, right? I had no idea that at the end there were if that's what they are, the Dark Troopers. I thought those were like TIE pilot uniforms. I didn't. I guess I should have looked at them a little closer, but I just assumed. Oh, interesting. Okay, well that changes things up quite a bit. Weird. Maybe I need to be a little more like other channels where I like intricately and you know, pause every single scene and look at every single frame. I did not catch that, man. Interesting. All right, I'm probably just gonna keep my video rendering and add something to the comment section about that kind of stuff. But anyway, let me take a quick sip of the old water. I think this was actually my least favorite episode of the 4 that we've seen in this season so far. But yeah, Vince, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Vince says, feel like they've taken some plot lines from a few video games I quite like, so I'm interested, but I think they're heading into dangerous territory. Hope they're not doing what I think. Enjoyed it though. I'm not too sure exactly what you think they're going to be doing. If you want to throw it up in the chat, feel free, or if you want to maybe leave it up a little, maybe the disappointment that you're going to feel to be a little bit of a mystery. Yeah, I didn't really get the vibe. Maybe if I noticed the Dark Troopers, I would have gotten that vibe. But you know what? Like, when Mando went back to Navarro, it felt like, now this is gonna sound weird, it felt like to me, kind of Fable, like Fable 3, that Xbox game. I don't know why, but like Navarro was dirty and drab and dreary and shit, right? And Cara Dune and Grief, they kind of brought it back, brought it from the ashes and made it into like a thriving hustle and bustle, a peaceful place to live, right? And they just want to eradicate the Imperial presence so they can make it an anchor of trade, as Grief said, right? Like, I got the vibe, this video game vibe of kind of like Fable, where in Fable you can go into these towns or cities and buy them up and become like the leader of these towns or cities, and you can, you know, make the town or city like your own place and prop it up and make it a hustling, bustling society and make it look beautiful. And yeah, I don't know why, it was weird. I got that vibe, like the quest went well, and the place that you previously went to on your way back, you notice that it's doing great and it's back on its 2 feet, right? But yeah, Vince, I did not notice the there's apparently a lot of things that I didn't really notice in this episode. I'm not one to like I don't know. I mean, obviously, I noticed the code cylinder, right? I thought that was great. The safety railing comment, Sapity, as you mentioned, was awesome. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, Vince, I appreciate that. And Sapity, thank you so much, man. Sapity says, good evening. Another Friday, another good episode, ending with killer suspense. Code cylinders used, no safety railings. Gazanti cruisers, oh my. Yeah, I loved the safety railing comment from... I can't remember that guy's name. The fish guy that sweats through his neck when he gets nervous. I loved that.
Well, basically the thing that popped into my head was obviously Snoke floating around in the tanks in Tross. I hope they're not using Baby Yoda's midichlorian full blood to make Snoke. That'd be crap.
Mithril, that's right. Vince, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. That's kind of exactly where I think it's going to be going. Yeah, I loved that comment. It made me chuckle. I mean, that's been a thing ever since, you know, Ben Kenobi walked around to disable the tractor beams in episode 4, right? That's been a thing, and the fact that they used that as a little line of... I'm curious if that was like ad-libbed or if that was actually in... That sounds like something that would have just been ad-libbed, right? But yeah, code cylinder. There's a lot of fun stuff in this episode around that. I don't get me wrong, I did like the episode, but when if I say it's my least favorite out of the 4 we've seen so far, that doesn't mean I didn't like it. I don't know, a lot of the action just kind of felt a little run-of-the-mill to me. I loved the way we saw Mando and the child. Their like father and son relationship is getting... Dude, he literally dropped him off at preschool. You know what I mean? Like, it's awesome. I love it. But yeah, anyway, Sapity, I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Happy Friday. The weekend is upon us. And Chris Salvador, thank you so much. No spoilers for me, but happy Friday. Anyways, cheers. I guess you're not sticking around because you haven't seen it. I don't blame you. But when you do see it, let us know what you think, man. But happy Friday right back to you. Got a busy weekend planned for me. I've been feeling a little under the weather for the past few days. Today I feel great. Way better than I did yesterday, for sure. Tomorrow, we got some fun stuff planned. And then Sunday, I'm actually going out of town to visit my grandparents just for like a few hours. They live down in Tampa. So me and my mom are driving down there to say hey, because they've basically been, you know, hunkering down for months and months and months, and they've had some visitors, but like, yeah, it's, you know, I'm sure they're like my grandparents are big gamers. Not like video gamers, but big gamers. So like every day my grandpa will play poker. I mean, for like 10 hours a day. He's almost 90. My grandma's the same way. They are huge gamers, man. It's what keeps them, you know, they're 90 basically, and it's what has kept them kind of sharp. They're sharp as hell. They have better memories than anybody I know. Yeah, I think my grandma especially attributes it to like constantly playing euchre or whatever game she's playing, you know. How did we get down that track? Anyway, Chris, I appreciate that, man. Steer clear for sure if you're not wanting spoilers. But and Stephen Homelak, total dad move of Mando to have Baby Yoda crawl in a tight space to do some electrical work. Absolutely, absolutely. And also, like, Steve, it's a total dad move, but it's also like he's explaining these kind of intricate things, I guess, to this kid who has no idea. He has no idea. It would be like me telling my 2.5-year-old daughter, like, can you plug the HDMI cable into the back of the HDMI port in the TV? Yeah, you see where it says HDMI? Can you plug that in? And maybe it would take her 30 minutes. Maybe she would eventually figure it out. But like, that's kind of what it reminded me of. Like trying to explain something a little too complicated for a task for a kid to accomplish, but you're just continuously trying to explain it over and over and over again and hoping they get it and hoping they accomplish it. But yeah, that's another example of like, let me take. But yeah, like this episode, maybe more than any other one, did a good job kind of further showing that relationship between Den and the child, which in my brain, it is just setting us up for some heartache, some separation anxiety, some something like that. Something like that is going to happen. Dude, we've had like a season and a half where everything's all hunky-dory. Sure, maybe the child gets snatched for a second, but Mando just blasts whoever's holding it. And but I have a feeling that something big's gonna happen, right? That's what this whole thing is leading to. All these cute moments of fatherly love, the bond between father and son, father and child. It's all leading to this. Probably some kind of crazy holy shit moment, but yeah, we'll see. But absolutely, Steven, go do some electrical work. Hey, go mow the lawn. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Caleb Wolfson, thank you so much for the channel support. Did Gina Carano's acting seem off to anyone else? Oh yeah, I've been saying that. I believe I mentioned it since the first time she appeared on screen in one of my earlier videos from season 1. A lot of the acting in here, especially from Kara, from Gina, and I thought it was better this time around. Definitely better. I think maybe because her dialogue, it was a little more choppy. I don't know how to put it. It was a little more choppy, and it wasn't like long exposition, as was her like first appearance in the show, right? It's not the best acting, but that kind of stuff really doesn't bother me. It was also like the blue guy, I can't remember his name again, something like that. His acting in the first episode that we saw him in was also kind of goofy, but I think this was better because he was a little more toned down and subtle in this episode, right? Mithril, thank you. Lifetime TV acting for sure. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. But yeah, it's not the greatest acting, but it's Star Wars, and I can look past it. It doesn't bother me. And again, it wasn't as kind of glaring to me as the first appearance of her character, you know. But yeah. I noticed they had like a stunt mat on the floor when she did a wrestling move. Oh, really? Interesting. I did not notice that. But I appreciate that, Caleb. Vince Wim, Caleb once again, and Vince Win once again, and Atiba. What is Atiba? What is your avatar? What is your icon there? I'm curious. I'll keep an eye on the chat. I'm curious what that is. I'm trying to look at it. Vince Win. Well, basically, the thing that popped into my head was obviously Snoke floating around in the tanks in The Rise of Skywalker. I hope they're not using Baby Yoda's midichlorian filled blood to make Snoke. That'd be crap. That it's kind of funny because I've been kind of saying that is the only prediction that I feel like I've predicted or said for a long time since the show first started airing, that I feel that I've gotten right. And I don't, maybe you haven't been around for me mentioning this occasionally, Vince, but like sometimes I'll bring that up and people in the chat will be like, that's not how the Force works, or I don't think it works that way. But it looks like that is exactly what they're going to be doing. I don't know. What do you guys think they are? Is it Snoke? Is it, I mean, that's exactly where that's exactly where my instinct was. That's exactly where I thought it went. Overlord and Dark Lord is saying stormtroopers. Let me look at the screenshot that I took. Stormtroopers. That's where your head's at. Or let's see. Let me go look at the screenshot. Is that what people are thinking online? I mean, dude, there's a scar going down the forehead. You don't think it's Snoke? His theme played, and he has the scar. It's 110% a Snoke clone, no debate. Shrek the First. He did call them volunteers instead of clones, so maybe not. I hope they're trying to enhance trooper abilities. Have a new line of troopers, the Dark Troopers. That's probably good. I do think that no matter what it is, they definitely wanted to allude to, or maybe bait and switch the idea that this is Snoke, you know? Because that is exactly where my brain went without much thought. Doing a little quick zoom in, seeing a scar on the head, unless it is a huge bait and switch, which totally could be. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But if that's the case, I was pretty confident in the video that I'm rendering. I'm not. See, what's funny is because it is like I do have a huge urge after learning a bit more about this episode from the chat and having a little bit more input and some theories that you guys have and whatnot. I do have a pretty big desire to completely redo this video, but I'm gonna put it out as a little time capsule of my my thought process right after seeing it. You know, definitely Force Troopers. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see. But that's definitely where my head went, Vince. Was Snoke, clones, Baby Yoda blood, because the scientists mentioned blood, an M count, which is obviously midichlorian count, unless this is all just a huge bait and switch. But yeah, baseline gut instinct after seeing what looks like Snoke in a vat, and knowing what happens in The Rise of Skywalker. That's kind of where my head went. I would almost rather have that than Force Troopers or something like that. I don't know why. At least it is kind of an explanation, though subtle. This might be the first time that we see this kind of stuff. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I just can't buy the Snoke theory. Palpatine had Snoke clone bodies on Exegol in his Acolytes must have been better at it than Imperial scientists. I just can't make the connection. I know, it's all goofy, man. I completely agree. It's all goofy, but that is where my brain went first. Let's do a little Googling. I'm curious. I'm sure other people are saying this. Let's just do Snoke. Let's write Snoke. 5 hours ago, Inverse says, Mandalorian just explained Snoke way better than The Rise of Skywalker did. The Mandalorian reveals the origins of a major Star Wars villain, Snoke. The Mandalorian, major Star Wars sequel trilogy character spotted. Fans are convinced. Yeah, we'll see. A lot of people think they're the new Dark Troopers, new Death Troopers. A lot of people think they're going to be something else, but yeah, we'll see. Don't be too confident with all these guesses, man. Nobody knows right now. Nobody knows. I'm glad we didn't see Ahsoka this episode as well. I kind of like the long game. You know, it's kind of fun. The long waiting game. All right. There we go. Sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. Where was I? Sorry, guys. Caleb Woolston, thank you so much once again, man. Theory, the Doctor was using Baby Yoda's DNA to resurrect Daddy Sheev, but also to make Force-sensitive stormtroopers. We better see Kyle Katarn. If we see Kyle Katarn, I think people would go fucking crazy. Yeah, Caleb, the more fantastical and crazy they get with, like, resurrecting and cloning and stuff like that. I know it is a thing in Star Wars, but, like, it gets a little too out there and weird. Maybe that's why The Rise of Skywalker just kind of fell flat for me. But, like, using Baby Yoda's DNA to resurrect Daddy Sheev, but also to make Force-sensitive stormtroopers, then I guess to make Snoke as well, and then to make I don't know. But I think it's going towards that direction in some form or fashion, you know. I kind of like all that stuff when it's very subtle. Which I think they'll do a nice balance, but, like, yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I do think it's a little more... Most of the time, the explanation for things in Star Wars is a little more simple, or the end game for certain Star Wars things is a little more simple, right? And it's... Maybe it's yeah, they want the child for these troopers. Maybe they want the child for what a lot of people think are Snoke clones. Sure, maybe resurrecting Palpatine in some kind of, like, overly explained. Yeah, they need the midichlorians, and the midichlorians can create another Palpatine. Just a wave of expository dialogue to explain some, you know, something. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. Most of the time, things are pretty simple in Star Wars. And the internet does a good job of, like, really, really complicating things and putting a lot of, like, yeah, complicating things. Let's just say that. But I appreciate that, Caleb. We'll see, man. It's definitely intriguing for sure. A lot of directions they can go. A lot of, like, this is way more, I feel like this is one of the more kind of all over the place guesswork things that I've seen from this show so far. I mean, from the internet at least, you know. A lot of people have a lot of differing opinions about where it goes from here, what these characters are, and what they're doing with, yeah, the M count or whatever. But yeah. I wish you could get a scene of the Resurrect Palpatine Empire pitch meeting. Everyone's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. Not everybody probably thought he was the greatest dude, right? Some of those troopers just had to be getting paychecks, right? But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, man. Vince Wind, this episode has opened up the crazy theory floodgates, it seems, and I can't say I've missed that, LOL, but I have faith in the showrunners. Oh yeah, it's funny, yeah, yep, I kind of just said that, right? Everybody seems to have the answers. Everybody seems to think that they know. I will say what I think, and what I think seems to be kind of what a lot of these mainstream articles that I'm reading think. These websites. That's just kind of where my instinct went when I saw it. Maybe it's just because pickled Snoke in a vat is kind of fresh in my brain from about a year ago, you know? But yeah, I haven't missed it either, man. And it's not, I like everybody kind of coming up with their own theories or you know, what they think's going to happen, but it's like it's like the confidence that some people have. It's just like, you know, just say, I might be wrong, but this is kind of what I think it is. Yeah, anyway, we'll see. We shall see, man. They're trying to make Jar Jar clones. There you go, Brady. Atiba, thank you so much. I did see that you responded. Atiba said, I asked what his, where did it go? I asked what your avatar was. My PFP is from a Japanese artist named Hiroshi Nagai. Okay. No, it kind of looks like, I don't know. I like the look of it. Just the colors and stuff like that. Let's see. 5 long years of Snoke theories. Indeed. And then everybody took that Ryan Johnson Steele Saunders sticker way too serious. Fucking such thin-skinned people on the internet who take this stuff so serious that they can't, that they get so bent out of shape about a director having a little bit of like a wink to a bunch of people who have Snoke theory. Like, God, some people on the internet, man. Some people on the internet just, they're sad human beings, for sure. They're sad human beings. Atiba, thank you so much. I like how the 2 rebel pilots show up again, hinting that the New Republic is interested in what's going on and might intervene. Yeah, I really liked it too, man. I actually mentioned I also like it for the kind of mundane feeling that it brings to the show, if that makes sense. Like, the way I put it was in my video that I'm going to be uploading in a few minutes. The New Republic pilot in this episode, you know, it felt like he was just a cop on the side of the road taking notes after a fender bender. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like to me. It's like the New Republic is becoming this mundane bureaucracy that just has like street patrols writing tickets for people. You know what I mean? I really liked it. It kind of also shows how the New Republic is maybe stretching itself across the galaxy a little too thin, and they are trying to hold on to control, and they might end up being a little too aggressive with their tactics in the future. You know, those who destroyed the Empire might slowly but surely become a little authoritarian themselves. And yeah, I really liked. That was my favorite thing about a few episodes ago, the pilots, but especially this time, was just how mundane it felt. How tall was he? What was the color of the ship? Razor Crest? Well, you know my computer can't tell the difference between anything before Imperial Age. Okay, next. Like, it was a bored cop writing a ticket for somebody who like didn't turn their blinker on. And I also liked how this interaction made it feel like what we just witnessed wasn't that big of a deal. You know what I mean? It made it feel like this is just another call that this guy got. You know, doesn't think it's a big deal. And it's just another happening in the galaxy that he was called to write a report on, you know. But yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, I appreciate that, Atiba. And JSB225, Vince Wynn, and Dylan, thank you guys so much for the final super chats before I must jet out of here. JSB225, I know you're not a fan of the Boba Fett return, but I'm really excited about it. He's been my favorite character since I was young. He was my first Star Wars toy from childhood. Nice, man. Yeah, trust me. I'm sure you've heard me say this before, but like I'm all about the execution of it as a concept. I'm not a fan of like resurrecting characters and stuff like that. But that being said, I completely get it, man. I completely get your excitement. I'm not immune to that excitement either. Like if, I'm complete. Obviously, I'm going to be excited to see Boba Fett. My heart says yes. My brain says eh. So I completely get the excitement. As I said, I'm not immune to it, man. Like I'm always like, I want new things. I want new characters. I want new stories. I want new. Oh, they're gonna make a Kenobi TV show. Okay. If they were gonna make a Solo 2, okay, I'm on board. You know what I mean? But yeah. So no, I'm glad you're excited. I'm really glad you're excited. There's no question in my mind that most people feel like that, right? JSB. Yeah. I think I only had one Boba Fett toy growing up. And I think it was the Power of the Force. Let's see. Power of the Force Boba Fett. Yeah, it was a Power of the Force Boba Fett. Removable jetpack, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure. Removable jetpack. And I actually used it in a past video. Yeah, removable jetpack, Power of the Force, with a sawed-off blaster rifle and jetpack. Yeah, that's the Power of the Force that's the figure that I had. Yeah, but I get it, JS, for sure. You know, we love what we love. We love the familiar. We love what we grew up with, and we want more of it. So, as I said, I'm not immune to it, man. I completely get it. And I hope it is everything that you want it to be. There are Adidas high-top Star Wars Boba Fett shoes. Adidas top 10 high Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi? What? There's Star Wars high top tennis shoes? Oh my god, these are so expensive. Adidas high top Star Wars Skywalker? What? Oh, those are actually really cool. What? How have I never heard of these before? I like these shoes. Adidas Skywalker shoes. Hoth. Oh my god, they're so expensive. I really like those. I really like these. $700 on eBay? Oh my god. $1,100 on, I don't know, StockX? That's crazy, man. Those are cool looking shoes though. And it says, here, I'll just link it. Here's a link to these shoes. They're kind of cool. But I would never, I'm sorry if anybody out there would pay $1,100 for a pair of sneakers. That's crazy to me. Anyway, I appreciate that, JSB. Vince Wynn, thank you so much, man. They look to me like droids at the end. Mechs, if you will. Mech troopers. They're making mech troopers. They're making Mecha Luke. Damn it. Yeah, let me look at the screenshot that I took, because I definitely took. Yeah, so you're probably right. Like, my brain didn't go there for whatever reason. You're probably, I mean, you're right. There's no question about it. That is some kind of special trooper. For whatever reason, my brain went to like a squadron of TIE pilots, and I didn't think that deep into it. Probably because it was like 4 a.m. and I was, maybe I should start watching these episodes when I'm a little more awake and peppy, right? But, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. The descriptive audio says Dark Troopers. Oh, really? Interesting. Okay. All right. I'd rather it be that than Snoke Vat, I think. I don't know. We'll see, man. It could go in so many different directions, and you're absolutely right. Like, this has opened up. I haven't seen this level of, like, theorizing since, I guess, the sequel trilogy ended, but I didn't get this sense of, like, theorizing even with the first season of The Mandalorian. Did you guys? I don't remember really people throwing out a bunch of different theories and whatnot. I don't remember. But, yeah, I think that makes sense, Vince. I think they're making Mecha Luke. But I appreciate that, man. Dylan Compton, perhaps Gideon wants Baby Yoda's DNA in order to cheat his way to being force sensitive through science, the quick and easy path, you might say. Yeah, that's absolutely a thought that crossed my mind. And like the person that we saw in the vat was like a test subject, and obviously Gideon is going to want to test this kind of treatment on called them volunteers, right? I can't remember the verbiage that he used, and gonna test this like serum or whatever, this treatment on willing or unwilling participants before he kind of gives it to himself, right? Yeah, so there's so many different directions this could go, Dylan. This long game, this long lead up to maybe a Snoke, trying to create some kind of super soldier, trying to give himself or give Gideon some kind of force power, force sensitivity. I don't know. But it is really funny to me, man. Like, this is an idea that I've talked about and through streams, as to why maybe they would want the child, and it always sounded goofy to me, right? And it still sounds goofy to me. Wanting force blood. I think it's just, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Good to hear, Toot. Good to hear. Good to hear. You have a good weekend, man. But yeah, you know. So yeah, Shadow Trooper, Gideon, Snoke. I guess it all makes sense. Everybody thinks they're Empire Reborn. I'll look this up. But yeah, I appreciate that, Dylan. As good of a guess as any. Casey Jones and the Overlorded Dark Lord, Empire Reborn, Shadow Trooper. Do you think they're going to be pulling a lot of stuff from Legends like this? One sec, Dark Lord. Casey Jones, thank you so much, man. Do you think them trying to show the sequels even a little bit will help people warm up to those films? They seem to be hinting at the First Order. Yeah, I would think so. I mean, I want content that is going to lead into like the birth of the First Order. That's going to lead into the birth of the New Republic. That's going to, you know, kind of paint the yellow brick road that led to the sequel trilogy from the OT, right? I want that stuff. I want And even if somebody doesn't like the sequel trilogy, I think it's still kind of neat to see that path, right? As somebody who's not a big fan of the prequel trilogy, you know, I like the Ahsoka book. I like things that kind of are in between. I like the bridges between the trilogies that are gapped, you know? And maybe it'll make people that don't like the sequel trilogy warm up to them, that are, maybe a lot of those people are like, they desperately need some kind, like, context and explanations and bridges between things that are unknown. And as Star Wars has always done, you know, there's always gaps. And then there's supplemental material in the forms of books or comics and now shows that kind of fill in those gaps for explanations that maybe were lacking in the past, right? So yeah. And who cares if people warm up to it or not, right? You can not like the sequel trilogy, or you can like the sequel trilogy, but also like or dislike the thing that leads into the sequel trilogy or explains things in the sequel trilogy, right? But yeah, I'm excited. Like, one of my favorite books, my favorite Star Wars book that I've read so far is Bloodline, and it is a lead-in to basically The Force Awakens. Little sooner to, like, a little closer to Return of the Jedi era, I believe. But, like, that is a nice book that kind of bridges the gap. You see kind of the birth of the First Order. You kind of see the rumblings within this government, the faction splintering off. It's great. I love it. It's my favorite Star Wars book. So yeah. If it is leading into the sequels, that's cool. It's almost like, you know, I like talking about the movies. Or the show, each episode. I like talking about each episode. I like making videos of each episode. But at the same time, man, a part of me wishes I would have just kind of done live streams after each episode instead of making a video. Because what you're missing... How do I put this? I wish I had the patience to watch the entire season and then talk about it. Because I'm guilty of this. And more people are... I mean, some people just, like, dive so deep into these and theorize and just blah, 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 blah. You know, everything is... You know, if they liked it, it was incredible. If they didn't like it, it was a fucking catastrophe, and throw the whole thing out, right? You get a better grasp of a show when you watch the entire season, you know? You don't know where it's leading right now. And we're all just kind of flapping our lips. A lot of YouTubers are just kind of flapping their lips, and we don't know where it's going. And wouldn't it be a lot healthier for everybody to just kind of watch 8 episodes and then tell you what they think? Wouldn't that be a much healthier and like way to kind of go about talking about a show like this? It's funny to me how this, like, and I'm a part of it, man. How this, like, this, I don't know, YouTube culture, this, like, internet culture, week to week talks about these episodes when you don't really know the big picture, and people are acting like they know the big picture, and some people are, like, just kind of overly dramatic about where they think it's going. Does that make sense? I don't know, man. But anyway. Overlord and Dark Lord, look up Empire Reborn Shadow Trooper. So Empire Reborn Shadow Trooper first appearance was Jedi Outcast. Is that correct? Wait, Jedi Outcast is not canon, is it? No, it's Legends. Okay. Let's see. Hybrid soldiers created by Dark Jedi and Imperial Gaelic on behalf of Empire's Reborn. Similar to Reborn soldiers, use the Valley of the Jedi to imbue stormtroopers with force powers. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It could totally be that. I don't really like that as a thing. I don't know why. Like, I kind of like, man, maybe this is a very Legends thing to me. This is kind of almost like a very fan thingy to make up, like a fan film kind of thing to make. Let's inject the soldiers with the Force. I've always liked my Force to be kind of like hippy dippy, hash head, and like small and subdued. You know, Yoda in his little hut on Dagobah. You know, that's kind of how I like my Force. When it becomes injectable, I know that's been a thing in Star Wars. I don't really like it. I don't know why. We all have certain things we like and don't like about Star Wars, right? But yeah, we'll see. It's kind of interesting, Dark Lord. The only like, well, I played Dark Forces, the very first Dark Forces game. That's the only one in the series that I've ever played. And let's see. So I'm trying to think how many I missed out. There was Jedi Outcast. Let me look this up. Star Wars Dark Forces. All right. How many games? Dark Forces, Dark Forces, Dark Forces, Dark Forces. Why didn't you just... Dark Forces series. Let's do series. All right. Okay, so Dark Forces, Jedi Knight, Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight Mysteries of the Sith, Jedi Outcast, Movie Battles. Movie Battles is not an official thing, right? And then Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. Movie Battles is not an official thing, right? Team-based, last man saying mod. Okay, it's a mod, that's right. Dark Forces, Jedi Knight Outcast, Jedi Knight Academy Max. Okay, Mysteries of the Fourth, that's right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Movie Battles is a mod. Somebody brought that up to me like years ago on a live stream. I forgot that existed. Yeah, the only one out of any of those games, man, that I've ever played was the very first Dark Forces. That's it. Just never got around to playing any of them. But yeah. Any of the other ones. I don't even remember owning any of the other ones. I don't know why. And the Game Lover, thank you so much for the final super chat and channel support before I jet. We've gone 20 minutes over, which is always good. It flies by. The Game Lover, good day from Australia. Hope you and everyone are as well in this crappy year. As good as you could be, man. Yeah. Hopefully things are starting to turn around, Mr. Australia. But I appreciate that. What time is it over there? It's got to be super late, right? But yeah, we're good. Family's good. Starting a new career path in January. Can't wait. It's something that I've been wanting to do since I got out of the Navy in 2011. Just never went through with it. Lollygagged, working a few jobs, going back to school here and there, and doing channel stuff and freelance. And I never buckled down and decided to go for this career path that I've been wanting to do for 10 years now. Finally doing it, man. So other than that, things are good. But I appreciate that, Mr. Australia. And I hope you're doing well as well in this crappily, shittily 2020. But hopefully things are starting to look way up. But we shall see. So yeah, that's it for me today, guys. I have a video coming out in the next few minutes. First thoughts of this episode. I wish I would have waited because I feel like I maybe rushed it a little bit, but it's all right. It's kind of a first thoughts, in the moment, 10 minutes after I watched the episode thoughts. Also, I have a couple videos about a game that I've been playing since 1998 called Ultima Online coming out. Back into the game. I feel like I always get back into the game once a year. And I don't think I've ever made a video about it. Finally doing that. It's a long video, Why don't you make more Mandalorian videos? You could get hundreds of thousands of views if you talked about your theory about if it's Snoke or Dark Troopers on a video. You could make 5 Mandalorian videos this week. You could get so many views. I kind of want to make an Ultima Online video. That's the nature of this channel, man. There's so many topical things that I could talk about, but I want to make an Ultima Online video. That's what keeps me sane in the YouTube game, man. You gotta make what you want to make, right? But yeah. Anyway, so all right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day, your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever the hell you are on planet Earth. So yeah. To everybody who supported the channel through Super Chats, thank you so much. The channel survives because of you. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Theorize and have some fun with it. And we shall see what's going to happen, right? We shall see. But all right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, or evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. Let's take a trip. You know where we're going. We're gonna go buy a Furby. We're gonna go to KB Toys and buy a Furby. You rub their tummy and they say little different phrases. We're gonna go buy a Furby.